Welcome back to our mess. We're back to renovation time. And so here we are with an update on where our kitchen is today. This is October 1st, 2019. Okay, so we're back to kitchen renos. We've uncovered the stove. It's been covered up since March. So here's what the subfloor looks like in our house. Big wide planks that cross over the floor joists, which run the same as the ceiling ones in that direction. This is the floor upstairs. This is the only floor we have. This is not the subfloor. This is actually the hardwood floor finished. There is no subfloor. And my son took a shower and he was shooting the water out the bathroom that got wet up there and then got wet down here. So we need to try to correct that kind of behavior before the season's closed, I'm thinking. Yeah. Anyway, so we've taken up that last layer that's coming up, except for under the oven, which is still here, and the fridge. We haven't moved those yet. It is the same floor that's in the bathroom there. Of course, there it looked half decent. Here, obviously, did not. They put parquet on top. And then we have put another one over top of the parquet because it was in rough shape, which we just reused for our laundry because no point in wasting it. This was a very big piece, so we just repurposed it. This is what's going to go on. Right now they're just trying to structure up the floor so it doesn't squeak and bounce and everything with screws and blocking underneath, give it lots of structure. And then taking this up, vacuuming and gluing and screwing that down. So that's why my stove has been unleashed after not being around since March. And because the floor has to come right up to it. We're trying to get it level with this one. At least that was the original plan. Hopefully that's still the plan.
That may not work, by the way.
Oh, really? See how the floor kind of just looks like it's been chewed up at the edge there? Rough looking, I gotta say. And there's holes.
Well, the thing is that the subfloor there was 5/8, so I used 5/8 to come back to here.
Yeah.
But it's not lining up exactly with the floor on this side. So there's gonna be transition. Over here it's not a problem because we're gonna have a wall
there's
there.
a wall
so
there. It's over
here.
here.
Over there we're gonna have a little transition. And it's about an eighth.
An eighth, so not even a quarter-inch piece of plywood could fix it.
No. So I'm trying to figure out if this is something I want to do all the way, or if I just want to do a transition over a couple of feet, just to smooth it out.
Yeah, like some shims and some floor leveling compound.
Yeah.
Try to get
good luck put floor leveling compound on this floor. You're gonna fill the basement if you do that.
Yeah, right through all the cracks and the holes and everything else. There used to be a wall in front of where the stove is now. This was actually, it's on the foundation wall. That's where the outside wall was. This little hole we made for the gas, it would have been for the stove if it sat here. And then we decided to bust out that wall to put this particular stove in here, so we needed that extra space. But that is to the edge of the foundation wall. That's why it comes in so far, because that foundation was about 14 inches thick, right?
This one is 12, actually.
Oh, 12?
Yeah. The one on the side here is 14.
Oh, yeah, the one that goes to the crawl space side, yeah. So this was where the sink used to be. This was where the plumbing was. So they just cut out a big square, put that down to cover up the holes in the plumbing. So there's my marvelous stove. Just waiting to be put back together. And a chimney and a backsplash and another little wall that comes out here a little further. And yeah, that's what was on the house before, these big boards. This was the outside and the inside wall of the house with these real 2x4s in between. That was part of the structure of the house. So as we removed it, we've had to add a couple of, well, this is just a nailing edge 2x4. That's not really structure, but this one was added because there was a window here. So we added a couple 2x4s to strengthen that up a bit. These 2x4s are actually 12 feet long. They go up to the upper level. This used to be a story and a half house. So they go up into the bathroom. I'm not sure what happens halfway up the bathroom wall, where they turn from.
There's a plate there, because I tried to poke at it and it stops. So there's a plate that goes
across. So the roof used to be on, and then they moved the roof.
Probably.
They just built on top of the plate the next part of the wall up. So the actual upstairs can be 8 feet tall.
That's still there.
Yeah, so that's how these were actually built.
But that there was a 2x4 next to that one that is there, and it was cut to allow a wire to go through it. It wasn't even touching for 2 inches.
Oh,
so we took that one out, and on the other side, the same thing. You see those You see the 2x6 and then the two 2x4s and the 2x6.
Mm-hmm.
The 2x4 on the left doesn't have a bottom to it. It's about a foot. It's just floating.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, there's
Some
a lot.
structural stuff in the corner.
There's a lot of that, and that's all getting fixed now.
Yeah, because these were 12 feet high, it actually meant this bathroom floor above us, or kitchen ceiling, is just hanging off the edges of the 2x4s instead of sitting on the 2x4, which is how modern construction is. Kind of like how we did this. When we blew up this wall, we had to put this big triple 2x12 header in, and then a piece of angle iron on it with a jack post there and a jack post there. That's what's holding up this side of the house.
Yeah, that's never gonna move.
Yeah, that one's firmed up there. And then, so this ceiling used to be a garage here. I gotta find my way to the light switches. We have electricity here. Yay, excellent. So this used to be a garage. We call this our family room. Actually, I'm kind of calling it the disaster zone right now.
Yeah, don't trip over that.
Yeah. But this corner, when we took down this wall, this corner was only supported by one 2x4 to the foundation. And when my husband went to touch it, it snapped off in his hand. So that's all that was holding up this whole corner of the house. And there's a second story above this, and a roof, and snow, and everything else.
Yeah.
So there is another jack post just right there.
Yeah, and this was hanging about an inch and a half lower than what it should be.
Yeah, need to be actually jacked up a little bit.
Yeah.
So there is a wall that comes this way, a foundation wall, and a wall that goes this way, because this part is over crawl space, and then there's stairs that go down here, obviously. So in this part, it's these stairs are on the foundation underneath, on the slab, because that garage was on a slab. And then they turned into a family room.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is what it's like to live in a construction zone. Our doors actually where we come in is behind here, so I had a few obstacles to get into today, but hopefully tomorrow with the plywood that's sticking into the bathroom, hopefully that'll be more on the floor than standing up.